With the advent of the internet and the revolution in information technologies, there is talk everywhere of the knowledge society and of making India a knowledge society and so on. Does this new discourse and the new reality since the advent of the internet make your task from the point of view of Lok Vidya and the politics of the Bahirkit Samaj and the dispossession that globalization has caused in the same period, does it open new opportunities, do you think, or has it made the task harder?
See, internet has brought about sweeping changes in all aspects of life. Production, entertainment, family life, anything. Even rural, village life. Not just the internet, the information revolution as it is called, the spread of the mobile, the cellular phone across the countryside and so on, so producing connectivity. So, I mean, this has been viewed in different ways. Some people may see connectivity as what brings about the difference. Some see the speed at which processes or knowledge processes or information processing is conducted by the computers. Some others may see in, well, a new kind of performance that the growth of the idea and reality of software that contributes to reorganization of human life and so on. So there are various takes are possible on this, but nevertheless, it's just the beginning, I think, and it won't be fair to pin down on one or the other the whole show. From our point of view, one basic thing that needs to be noted that has happened is that the principle of legitimacy or criteria of legitimate knowledge or principle of legitimacy in the world of knowledge is undergoing an epoch-making change. Scientificity or scientific method, broadly speaking, and other things, the new, anything that is new knowledge, a new piece of knowledge, a new discovery and so on must fit into the entire structure of science and so on. So there will be many more things, but primarily hinges around it's being scientific in some sense, that is being arrived at by using scientific method. This was by and large therefore words like obscurantist ideas and such epithets came into existence. Obscure, whose basis, whose source is obscure, the logic is obscure and so on. So it must conform to a certain kind of logic. It must conform to a certain method of procedure in doing things and so on. This was by and large, this constituted the set of criteria for anything to be a properly speaking knowledge or not qualify as knowledge. Now this seems to be changing, and changing in a big way. The new criteria seem to be saying, in line with the new technologies, that all that shall be knowledge which is organizable by the new technology. Very simple. Earlier it was all that is knowledge proper, which sticks to science, which is scientific in its method, in its content, so on, analyticity, various things. So one sentence, which is scientific, it has to be scientific for it to be proper knowledge. Now it's saying it needs to be organizable. That's all. It need not have been organized at any point of time. There is a difference, and this has been a 20th century difference. People are familiar with this. It should be organizable. And specifically, this is the general criteria. And in effect, at this point of time, it takes the shape of organizability by the computers. Therefore, all that is softwareable. Now there is a double condition in the sense it should be understood it is both necessary and sufficient type of argument. So it's a defining characteristic, as if, you know, if it is organizable by the computer, it is sufficient condition. It is sufficient that it be called. So you satisfy a sufficient condition, organizability by the computers. And if it has been, then it is a proper knowledge, right? If it is organizable by the, or if it is proper knowledge, then it is necessary that it be. So they are equivalent. So it's kind of a defining characteristic, both necessary and sufficient condition, organizability for legitimacy of legitimacy in the world of knowledge. Now this is very different from the scientific criterion. Now this is very often utility oriented, but not necessarily so. Now this change of, when one states it in these simple, formulated, partly philosophical terms, it is not obvious what kind of consequences this would lead to. But it leads to enormous consequences. The absolute position of science is no more there. Science was not only universal, but it was some kind of absolute knowledge in a sense. Although it was a changing knowledge, it was improved upon, but the idea of science occupied an absolute position. That absolute position is gone. Science held the command of the world of knowledge, no more. It is something, it's not very clear as yet, but something that is called knowledge management, which is slowly displacing science, even in the value system of the knowledge world, to occupy the position of command. So it is knowledge management, the compulsions, the requirements, etc. of knowledge management, theoretical, that would determine what would and would not happen in the world of knowledge. As earlier it were the requirements of science and the scientific method that determined that, now it is the requirements of knowledge management. Now it's a kind of a more practical state, this thing, because knowledge management, broadly speaking, is connecting what connects the need points in the world of to the source points of knowledge. Where there is need is connected to where there is source of knowledge which satisfies that need. Like that. This is a very simple one-line this thing. A more complex phenomenon, knowledge management. So the change in criteria of legitimacy is as if at the bottom, at the core of these changes, fall of science from absolute position, fall of science or removal of science from the position of command, breakdown of hierarchies in the world of knowledge, new paradigms, very interesting things like the studies in biology, the research, how you understand the cell, what is the relative position in the world of knowledge of the chemical and the physical understanding and the information processes that take place within the cell, whether it is the chemical and the physical that is determining the information processes, or whether it is the information processes which are requiring a certain chemical and a physical process to take place for that to happen. And this is not a what is it called? It's not a demand in some other sense. It's some kind of a logical relationship between the two, in which the primacy from the physical considerations apparently moves to the primacy of information considerations, and this is a huge change of paradigm. So these changes, what has happened is a huge destabilization of the world of knowledge, and it is right here in this destabilization that a new opportunity has been created for Lokvidya to assert. But because no authority exists at the moment. The scientist is not the authority, the computer scientist is not the authority, the state is not the authority, the legal system is not the authority. No authority exists which is accepted all over, which has a sanction all over as authority for the world of knowledge, and therefore in a position to decide what is and is not knowledge. creates a huge gap, a huge opportunity for Lok Vidya to take a step forward and assert an equal place for itself in the world of knowledge. And this is kind of, this needs to happen in step with a certain rise of a new politics of the Bahishkrit Samaj. It is there that the Bahishkrit Samaj is being uprooted from a fresh end in the global processes that have been unleashed through along with the internet, the spread of the internet. So now, this further dispossession, it's not the dispossession, but it's the nature of the relationship between, it is also being strengthened. That is, Bahishkrit Samaj is also growing in numbers. You see, part of the capitalist social formation, workers, the disorganization of large industry or reorganization on a new pattern completely of the large industry has thrown the industry and working class out of the capitalist social formation and put them back into where they came from, namely mixed it with the Bahishkrit Samaj. The Bahishkrit Samaj has grown in numbers. Exactly opposite of what was expected through industrialization has been happening for last 20 years. So this Bahishkrit Samaj in collaboration with, or no, in step with an assertion from Lok Vidya for a new and equal place in the world of knowledge, the two together perhaps constitute that axis on which the new politics needs to be built.